four-time Pro Bowler, my friend Mike Vick, 13 seasons in the NFL, who watched Virginia Tech got beaten by Old Dominion this weekend. That was painful. No reason to get into that.
Don't mention it.
Okay, let's start with Dallas because we just talked about the Cowboys. Listen, I've said there's a lot of things I like about Dak, but I'm watching some of these young quarterbacks, Mahomes and Goff, and I even this weekend, Josh Allen jumping over people. And I sit there and I think to myself, okay, Dak can win games. I've seen this, but can we acknowledge now, Michael, we got 2 years of video on Dak, that his ceiling's fairly low? Is that fair to say?
It's fair to say. Or is it the fact that he don't have the weapons around him? I thought Tavon Austin and ultimately Allen Hurns would pay dividends for this team as far as providing some big play capability. He has Zeke in the backfield. They can feed him all day. But at the end of the day, Dak has to make his share of plays. And I think that's where, the chips have to fall.
They don't have great perimeter weapons.
No, it's nobody that can stretch the field.
Nobody.
They'll get 8-man boxes all day that'll create problems for Zeke. And when you get the 8-man boxes, you have to exploit the defense on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, what you're basically – everybody's cheating on Dallas now. Everybody puts, as you say, 8 in the box, and the only way to get that 8 in the box to be 7 or 6 is burn them over the top.
Yeah.
And they don't have anybody that does that.
I thought Tavon Austin was the guy. I mean, I know he's small. He might not be big in stature, but he's still a guy that if you put on the outside and you don't get press coverage, you just run him down the field and just throw one up. You have to loosen the defense up. Everything looks tight in Dallas.
Yeah.
Bunch of crossing routes and Dak looking sort of conservative as far as not wanting to make a mistake. But you can't be that way. Where's the aggression? I mean, I think this is a time where you look at the locker room and say, we miss a guy like Dez Bryant. He might not be the best leader in the locker room, or he might be too outspoken, but he's a guy that brings passion and emotion, and you need that on the sideline sometimes to lift guys up. They look flat.
That's a good point. I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. So you were in Kansas City with Andy Reid.
Yeah.
And so you were one of the first people to see Patrick Mahomes. And what was the advice you gave him as you were leaving and he was entering?
Yeah. Well, Patrick asked a lot of questions, and I think that's one of his best qualities. He's not a guy that's going to be quiet about what he wants, what he feels should be done in the offense. You can tell he was trying to learn, and the questions that he kept coming to me with was, when you was, in your first year with Andy, what was your approach? And I told him I did more listening than talking because I was trying to learn to play the quarterback position. I think Patrick is at an advantage because he had a chance to sit all year last year behind Alex Smith. And Alex is a smart guy, very cerebral, knows the game of football. That was an advantage. Then you have Mike Kafka, who was my backup, who is his quarterback coach now.
Northwestern guy. Very intelligent, helped me, when he was a rookie and I was in my 10th season. He's day-to-day with Patrick. So as I looked at the situation, I just felt, and I told Patrick, you are in a great position. You just listen to these guys around you, and I'm not going to take the credit for it. I just told him what I would do. What is Andy? Why do quarterbacks get better? Ty Detmer, Donovan McNabb, Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes. Take my audience. Jeff Garcia had a great year. What does Andy do specifically that made you better?
Well, first of all, I think he stays up all night.
By the way, Philadelphia, you had your best years in Philadelphia.
I had my best year. Yeah, comeback player of the year. Numbers was through the roof. Touchdown to interception ratio was
great.
Amazing.
So what's the credit? What does Andy Reid do?
He spends time figuring out what's going to make you great as a player. So the game plan for Alex last year probably would have been different for Patrick, and vice versa. Everyone does things differently, and I think Andy has a way of, just making guys, feel comfortable in the offense. You go into a game knowing exactly, what you're going to do as far as production, and
he takes
I never had a coach
best
like
skill.
that.
You never had a coach like that.
I never had. I mean, I have had good coaches, but with Andy, I had game plans where I could sleep good at night, and I can think through the game plan throughout the week and envision success. Okay, on this play, double post, X out. I know I'm going to get this defense. Andy told me to look at this guy.
And then I had to pick his brain a couple of times. And, I even asked him with Donovan, all the success that y'all had, what did you do? What did you do that made him so great? And, he shared some secrets with me, and I was like, man, that's amazing. So when I heard that, I knew I was in good hands. And Patrick is blessed. He's blessed, and hopefully him and Andy will stay together for a long time.
That's a lot of fun for the league. Mike Vick joining us, 4 Pro Bowls, 13 years. I want to talk about Jimmy G because – And I could go back to your early career. I understand this when you walk into the league, you're a college star, you're Cam Newton, you run around, and it takes you a couple of years of getting smacked to go, wow. But Jimmy G's not a baby now. He's already been hurt.
Certainly not, yeah.
He's going to be 27 here real soon. I kind of look at that injury yesterday, and that's on him.
That was uncalled for. Now, even me being a running quarterback and, arguably one of the best to ever do it, whatever.
You were real good at that thing, yeah.
I was really good. I would have never took that hit. As many unnecessary and crazy hits that I took throughout the course of my career, at least they happened in between the hashes. This injury, I would have ran directly out of bounds, especially in the moment. It was nothing more that Jimmy G could have done. As a quarterback, all have to understand we are responsible for that team and being accountable for the team on a weekly basis. That's our only job, other than to go out and be productive, but we have to be there.
Look at that. There's literally 7 Chiefs around the play.
I couldn't believe it when I seen it. I'm a Jimmy G fan, and I was rooting for him, but I was very disappointed that he made that decision.
Michael Vick joining us. I was saying execution's an important thing, okay? Like I understand, but a good chef does need fresh vegetables and fish.
Absolutely.
I'm watching New England last night. Mike, nobody's getting separation. There's no playmakers out there.
Yeah, I mean, aside from Gronk.
The Gronk's, but they double and triple him last night.
Gronk is getting doubled. The running game is not there. I mean, it's not effective enough where it can control the game. And Tom is being asked to do, a lot. And, of course, we know he can handle it because he's done it over the years. And it seems like every year in New England, if they don't start out hot, they always are in a position where they lose a game early. And you're like, is it the end of Tom? Is it the end of the so-called dynasty? But they always bounce back.
I know they do, but it does look different.
They got to get Josh Gordon out there ASAP.
And nothing against Josh Gordon, but it's a personality thing with him.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown an ability to, he's
consistent.
He just can't. So I can't trust him. I want to ask you. I want to talk Raiders because this week Baker Mayfield faces John Gruden.
Wow,
it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. So the Raiders have lost very close games back-to-back, very winnable games. They've not been very good in the second half.
Right.
In fact, they've led all their games through 3 quarters, then they lose leads. And the criticism of Gruden I'm hearing is he doesn't adjust particularly well. He's great on the script, but he doesn't adjust.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to take me inside to that. Did you have teams that were better on script and teams that adjusted better? Because it looks like the Raiders are in all these games, Mike.
Yeah.
And then when they've got to adjust in the fourth, they don't adjust well. I'm not in the film room. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we got to have it now for 3 straight weeks. Take me to your career. Did you play on teams that simply adjusted better?
Yeah. Early in my career, we used to come out with scripted plays. And, we would study. Look, this is the script. This is how we're going to open the game up. And we follow the script and we'll have success early. And then, you hit a dead period where you're off the script and now everything is kind of impromptu. And you have to be able to make adjustments on the fly in the NFL. The best teams are going to win when they do that. I mean, I think the Los Angeles Rams make adjustments all throughout the game.
Right.
They have the weapons to do so. But it makes a difference.
How long does the script last? How many plays can you script?
Maybe 20.
Okay, so
20 out the gate.
So your first 3 drives until mid-second quarter.
Mid-second quarter.
You're scripted.
Right, you're scripted. And you know what's coming. It might be a wrinkle here or there because, down in distance, it might be 2nd and 1, so you have to go outside of what the script, entails. But at some point, you're going to get off the script. And the adjustments will have to be made. And Gruden hasn't coached in a long time. He's been away from the game, and the game is always evolving. It's always changing. And
I can tell just by watching different offenses now. I know who looks traditional. I know who's coming with a great deal of innovation. And now in today's game, how fast guys are sideline to sideline, you have to make guys move. You have to be able to adjust.
Good stuff, Michael. 13 years, 4 Pro Bowls. I love having you on the show, bud.
Thank you.
Anytime you're on our show, I get all jacked up for it. Appreciate that, Michael Vick. By the way, Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.